Trump attacks the electoral process, claiming the election is being stolen from him. Donald Trump held a news conference on Thursday night, where he perhaps went even further than what he is known for. He attacked the electoral process and said the election was being stolen from him. And after he spoke, things got even worse for him. This was explained before the election. Some states weren't allowed to start counting early and mail-in votes until Election Day. Yet, they would be counting the votes cast on Election Day first when they started counting. Because more Republicans voted on Election Day and more Democrats voted early or through mail-in, the results would look early on as if Trump was winning, but it could change with the early votes being counted and tip in Biden's favor. This is exactly what has happened. It looked like Trump was winning Wisconsin, Michigan, Georgia, and Pennsylvania on Tuesday evening. However, the next day, Wisconsin and Michigan were unofficially declared Blue Day. Meanwhile, undecided states with Biden carrying a lead, Arizona and Nevada, started to get closer, yet with Biden still leading. This led Trump to start saying they shouldn't be counting votes on Wednesday and to insist they were stealing the votes away from. On Thursday, his leads in Pennsylvania and Georgia started to narrow. Biden had several paths to pick up the remaining 17 electoral votes he needed, while Trump had to win in Pennsylvania and Georgia and still pick up one or more states to reach the remaining 10 votes to reach 270. His only path is through Pennsylvania and Georgia. Trump, having not made any appearances in 24 hours, did so on Thursday night, prime time, and started spewing his claims of fraud. If you count the legal votes, I easily win. If you count the illegal votes, they can try to steal the election from us. If you count the votes that came in late, we're looking at them very strongly, he said. Trump not only contradicted the facts, he contradicted himself. He has said they should keep counting and that they should stop counting, it all depends on whether he is ahead or behind in the state. He claimed he had already won Michigan, Georgia, and Pennsylvania, while also saying he was on track to win Arizona. He was critical of urban areas, such as Philadelphia and Detroit, known to be a Democratic majority, as corrupt. He noted they cannot be responsible for engineering the outcome of a presidential race. Trump also spoke up against Democrats, the media, and social media, as he often does. He claimed they all committed electoral interference. Also taking the blame were pre-election polls showing him trailing Biden by a great deal. Media polling was election interference, in the truest sense of the word, by powerful special interests. These, really, phony polls, were designed to keep our voters at home, create the illusion of momentum for Mr. Biden, and diminish Republicans' ability to raise funds. They were what's called suppression polls, said Trump. His allies openly admitted to not seeing any fraud. I am not aware of any significant level of fraud that's going on. Nobody has brought anything to my attention that caused me to say there's a huge case of fraud that needs to be immediately addressed, said Senator Pat Toomey, RPA, on Thursday. Sean Spicer, the former White House press secretary, who is still on good terms with Trump, said he had not seen any evidence of widespread fraud. Former Republican Senator Rick Santorum, from Pennsylvania, said just after Trump's statement, for the president to claim fraud without any evidence is dangerous. The Trump campaign has mounted many legal challenges already relating to the counting process of votes and demanded a recount in Wisconsin, despite Biden winning there by around 20,000 votes. It will be, hopefully, cleared up. Maybe soon, I hope soon, said Trump. But it will probably go through a process, a legal process. And, as you know, I've claimed certain states, and he's claiming states. So we can both claim states, but ultimately, I have a feeling judges are going to have to rule. Trump seems to be missing the point that it's not up to either him or Biden to claim states. It's about counting the votes, the process he has been trying to stop, to determine a winner. Overnight, hours after Trump's speech, he lost his lead in Georgia to Biden. By morning, he had also lost his lead in Pennsylvania.